Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Kaiju number 8, episode 2. This is a really fun anime. I really am enjoying not only the release of this on the dub as the same day as the sub version, but just all going back and revisiting this first arc. While the anime itself is full of action and full of really cool things, the anime has reminded me how much goofiness and how much sense of humor and just silly stuff happens in between all those things, and also all the emotional connections that are formed, throughout this, the relationships that we'll explore. So that's really cool. Um, we're gonna get a little bit into spoilers, so if you haven't seen the second episode, make sure to go check it out. But overall, it's first of all beautifully animated. I'm really enjoying the animation. The character designs look really cool. I think Kafka as a kaiju just like really stands out when he's on the screen, so that's very cool. Like they do such a good job not only in the more serious moments, but when we're trying to, when Kafka's trying to be like reassuring or like maybe even just smiling at someone, when he's in his kaiju form, it looks unhinged and demented, and of course terrifying to anybody that's a human. So all right, let's get into it. So Kafka and Ichikawa, they are both in the hospital. Kafka transforms. They have to get out of there after the old man reports them. The sirens go off, so they leave the hospital. Throughout this, we start to discover some of Kafka's new abilities. Right, he's very strong because even with like very gentle movements, he begins to destroy the hospital. He can also leap very far. And then the biggest thing I think is that he's able to sense when other kaiju are nearby. So in this, as they're trying to get to their hiding place, we see that Kafka senses the presence of a kaiju, very similar to the one that they took that was chasing them before going to the hospital, that Ashiro and her squad took down in the city. Not the big one, just the smaller, like the smaller one. Um, we get to see there's a little bit of CG animation, I think, interwoven through to highlight some of the things, specifically some of the kaiju stuff. I think that's very interesting. It's a very good use because it should feel foreign, it should feel different than just the normal baseline human stuff. So that's very cool. um, so yeah, Kafka, he finds that other kaiju, is able to rescue a little girl and her mom. Of course, the little girl's the only witness, so she's kind of unreliable when she tells the authorities that a kaiju saved her from another one. Like, this episode I believe is called the kaiju that kills other kaiju or something like that. So of course it's gonna go very deep into some of that stuff. But the cool part is that that's not even like they're covering a lot per episode here. Um, in this episode, also Kafka gets the notice that he's able to. Him and Ichikawa are both moving on to the second phase of the exam. So they show up, and we're introduced to a new character, Kikuro Shinomiya, who, if you read the manga, she's going to be a lot of trouble in the future. So that's going to be really fun. So overall, fantastic episode. I really like the outro. I think it's really fun. So yeah, very much enjoying Kaiju number 8. I can't believe that we are finally getting to this anime. I'm so happy for it to be in the spring, and I'm very excited to see how this plays out the rest of the season. So very fun to revisit this. This property that I've read a little bit. I read a bunch of it. I read a bunch of volumes, and I'm still collecting it. So it's going to be really cool to take that journey again. So stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.